So my name is Misan Rewane. I represent WAVE, which stands for West Africa Vocational Education. And WAVE tackles youth unemployment in West Africa by teaching unemployed young people who are hardworking and motivated the skills that they require to get that first job, to start a career, and to build a brighter future. So the program started formally in 2014, even though we ran some pilots in the later half of 2013. And since we launched, we have trained over 1,200 unemployed young people, connected about 60% of them directly to entry-level work. Another 20% of them go on to find work on their own or return to school, and we continue to work with the additional 20% until we are able to connect them to jobs. We have witnessed an income transformation of about double of their income. So before they come to us, they're living on just under $2 a day, and by the time we are connecting them to their first job post-training, they're earning about $4 to $6 a day. We've also observed that 2 years out of the program, their incomes have doubled. So that's really where we're excited about, because fundamentally it's about increasing incomes for unemployed young people, giving them access to economic opportunity regardless of their education level. I'd say about 70 to 80% of the young people we work with do not have a college degree. And so for them, this is really that first step to getting into the formal economy and building a brighter future because of their social mobility. So similar to a lot of programs, in our first 3 years, we had focused on growing the supply side of the skills mismatch. So when you think about the system, you have the supply of skills and work-ready young people that comes from the education system, and you have the demand for skills that comes from the employment system. And so in our first 3 years, I'd say there were lots of us who play in this supply side, training young people and giving them access to labor market opportunities. I think what's unique about where we're going next and where we're excited about partnering with Dubai EXPO Live is this idea of not just growing the supply side, but also in tandem growing the demand side. So we've always acknowledged that we don't have the power to create jobs. We are connecting young people to jobs. But we've realized that the amount of impact that we can really have is in growing the demand from employers for work-ready young people by helping them learn how to hire for the competencies that they really want. So what happens right now is most employers don't know how to hire for what they're looking for. So the first thing they do is they look at academic credentials. Then they'll look at work experience. Then they'll see personal networks. This is someone that was referred by someone I know. But what we're trying to do is level the playing field for unemployed young people so that they can signal to employers the competencies that they have, regardless of their education level, regardless of their work experience level, and teach employers how to recognize those competencies, hire for those competencies, and therefore grow the demand side, especially amongst the small and growing businesses that are the backbone of the African economy. So we are excited about replicating our model across other players. We believe that we shouldn't be the bottleneck to scale. Our ability to open new academies and grow the supply of work-ready youth shouldn't be the bottleneck here. And so what we'd like to do with the funding is to actually pilot working with replicators in the school system formally, with educators, with other training providers in the social impact space, with for-profit employers who are looking to grow their talent pipeline. How can we embed our competency-based education, training in the soft skills, communication, problem solving, time management, selling, teamwork? How do we embed those in the education system? And in tandem on the other side, with the funding, we're also looking to develop a skills assessment tool that says, even if you come in on day one and you haven't been through an academy, you can actually take this assessment and demonstrate to an employer these are the skills that you already have. And then on the third side is then connecting you with employers. So the competency-based matching tool that allows an employer to literally walk onto our portal and say these are the 3 to 5 competencies that are most important for this job, and be able to shortlist candidates based on those competencies. So really teaching employers how to hire for competencies and teaching educators how to train for these competencies of the 21st century workplace. So one of our partners in our development team, they're called Smarter Good. They brought up this opportunity and said, hey, we've just heard about this Dubai EXPO Live opportunity. We think it'd be great to apply. And initially I looked at it and said, well, you know, it's one of those things lots of people apply, will never get through. But if you help us work with us on developing the grant, maybe we stand a shot. And so that was late last year. We started working on the grant proposal. And yeah, since then we've heard that we made it to the final stage. We're super excited to be here in Dubai, my first time in Dubai. Dubai and presenting and also meeting the other applicants, which I think is some of the understated but the most exciting parts, is not just coming here and pitching to the panel, but meeting other change makers and learning about their work and seeing what opportunities for collaboration exist. And I think that's really part of the theme of Expo Live, is like connecting minds, connecting people, and we're excited to be here connecting in Dubai. I think what's really exciting is opportunities like this, getting to share our story with a broader audience of people that we would normally not have the chance to engage with. So whether we make it through the final stage or not, just this opportunity to have been here, to have shared this, we have little certificates that say we made it to the final stage as well. I do think that that lends a level of credibility. When I heard about the funnel of applicants and those of us that have made it this far, I definitely think it's recognizing the achievements that we've demonstrated so far and the potential that Expo Live sees in us. You know, whether or not we make it through, I'd love to be here in 2020 to actually meet with the other participants and see all the great innovations that Expo Live has seeded over the next 3 years leading up to 2020.